Senator Cortez Masto.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Adams, in conversation with Senator Lankford, you talked about the number of missing children, unaccompanied children that had come across the border in previous administrations. Can you agree to provide data on the number of children missing when you get into that position and what your agency intends to do about it? Will you provide that data and that information to my office and Senator Lankford's office?
Senator, as the Secretary has noted, finding those children is going to be paramount. The dangerous policies of the previous administration.
I heard you say that. All I'm asking is for you to provide us with that information. Would you agree to do so?
Senator, to the extent that information lives within the agency, I'm happy to work on reporting accurate data.
Thank you. Just recently, President Trump and the Republicans passed a reconciliation bill that cuts $20 to $30 million from Nevada's children behavioral health services over the next 5 years. These cuts will hurt kids in foster care or with serious mental health needs, including programs that provide family therapy, crisis response, and care coordination. Much of Nevada's Medicaid is paid for, much of Nevada's program is paid for by Medicaid, and it's carried out in partnership with the Administration for Children and Families. Given these cuts, what steps will ACF take in coordination with CMS to sustain its and help sustain Nevada and really across the country behavioral health programs for children in foster care?
Senator, well, a couple things. I would first note that the Medicaid cuts, I would reiterate what the administration has said. The intention is not to have any impact on the core constituency. But it is.
So what do you intend to do to help us address those cuts and make sure that we're not having an impact, negative impact on our kids, both in foster care, but also their behavioral health?
Yeah, so Senator, the way I view my role is I have about 60 programs assigned to me. I want to skillfully administer those. Within foster care in particular, I think an area to lean into is the 4E prevention services, where it is an additional source of funding available to states to provide effective prevention for substance use disorders, mental health, and related things. I want to make sure that there's no red tape and that states are able to build out robust prevention plans so that there are services available to families at risk of entering foster care.
Okay, so if confirmed, you'll commit to using all available ACF tools and working with CMS to help Nevada sustain its children's behavioral health services?
Senator, CMS is a separate operating unit that doesn't fall under the jurisdiction of ACF. I do see my role as working closely with Dr. Oz and CMS.
Good, that's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. I only have so much time. Let me move on here. You've had a lot of conversations with my colleagues about Head Start because this administration has really taken an axe to Head Start and blocking nearly $1 billion in approved, let me just say approved by this Congress in a bipartisan way, Head Start funding this year. And you've talked about the Secretary's position on Head Start, which is he wants to have a better, brighter, make it better and brighter by the end of his term. What does better and brighter mean? I'm confused.
Senator, I have not had conversations with the Secretary about that, so I'm operating off of publicly available information as the nominee.
What would you bring to that conversation of better and brighter? How do you think it could be better and brighter?
I think the congressional justification submitted with the budget hits nail on the head. More parental engagement, better nutrition, more of a focus on healthy lifestyle. I think there's quite a few things that can be done to improve Head Start. The thing that excites me about ACF is how all of these programs work together. And I saw a study that Head Start engagement reduces participation in the child welfare system by 93%. So I think creating synergies across ACF programs is something that I'm really going to focus on.
Thank you. Thank you. I only have a minute left. Mr. McKiernan, let me ask you this. Do you believe tariffs are a tax?
Senator, I'm nominated for the role of domestic finance. The tariff and trade policies outside my domain.
You don't have a position on where tariffs are a tax? You're going to be in the Department of Treasury.
Senator, I intend to stick to my role here at domestic finance if I'm confirmed.
Do you believe that is important for the Federal Reserve to set interest rates independent of any interference from Congress or the President, even if the politicians and pundits are unhappy with monetary policy?
Senator, as the Secretary said last night, monetary independence is a cornerstone of our economic prosperity.
So according to Commerce Department estimates, our nation's real GDP fell by 0.5% in the first quarter of 2025. This marks a sharp drop from the 2.5% positive growth rate in Q4 of 2024, and it's the first time the American economy has contracted in 3 years. Are you concerned given these troubling economic growth indicators, that it is a bad time now to be running up the federal deficit by trillions of dollars?
Senator, I'm very optimistic about the path of the American economy. The president's leading on a pro-growth agenda, and I'm very, very excited to be a part of that.
I know I'm over my time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.